What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be dialing in the S3 Fitment. I'm going to be throwing my wheels back on the car, and I bought a spacer kit for the car so that the wheels sit a lot more flush now that the car is lowered. So I'm going to go, first I'm going to change because I don't want to ruin my EQT hoodie, and then we're going to go put the wheels on the car. I'm going to put the spacers on the car, see how it looks. If I need to do some adjustment, I will. Not 100% sure yet if I'm going to have to or not. We'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Let's get into it. So the wheels are finally out of storage, about to put them on the car. It's a super nice day, so we're going to see how the fitment is on the car. So we're going to jack it up, going to mess with the suspension a little bit so that it sits perfectly, put the spacers on, and see how the car looks. Alright, so these wheels I did get off Amazon. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description, but they do come with lugs and they're 15mm spacers, which is what I'm going to be running all around. So hopefully it fits well. Here we have the lugs. So they're all nice and packaged. Some packing peanuts. And here are the spacers. So we're going to get these, throw them on the car with the wheels that we have over there. And we're going to see how the fitment is. So that's how the car looks right now. It is actually pretty thick, if you could tell, and doesn't poke too much out. It looks pretty good, but I am going to mess with the suspension a little bit and drop it just a little bit more so it fills up that gap. All right, so let's work on the rear. I'm going to put the spacer on the back, and we're going to see how the fitment is as well. So put the spacer on here. Well, I actually might drop the rear just a little bit. As you can see, there is a little more gap than I thought there was going to be. So I'm just going to spin the rear down just a little bit and clean that gap up. So clearly you can see that this side does sit a little bit lower. Over there I was able to put about 2 fingers of gap in the rear, but I think it's because of the angle of the driveway, because on this side I can only put 1 and the gap is definitely a lot smaller. So again, what I'm probably going to have to do is just finish putting on the front wheel and then adjust it somewhere else. Just bring my jack and I'm able to adjust this pretty quickly to have the fitment be 100%. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at the way that the car sits right now and I'm actually starting to like it. It's very meaty now. The spacers were perfect. It pokes a good amount. It's nothing ridiculous. It doesn't look dumb. Here's the rear. So it definitely fills the wheel well. And there's just a little bit of gap from the fender to the top of the tire now, which again, my plan was never to slam this car. So honestly, I'm just gonna tighten everything up. I'm gonna torque down the lugs and I'm gonna take it for a drive to see how it feels, and I'm gonna go on some flat land just to see what it actually looks like, because like I said, again, this driveway is a little bit tilted. So let's torque these up. I'm gonna go for a drive, go some flat land and see what it actually looks like. And of course, I'm gonna be using my Lexavon torque wrench that they sent me out, which works awesome, great quality. So let's tighten down these bolts, take it for a drive and see how the car feels. Alright guys, so we're driving the car right now. So far, it feels pretty good. The wheels with the suspension feel great. I haven't rubbed at all with the 15mm spacers. I haven't hit any huge bumps, granted, but the little dips in the road and little bumps around town, I haven't rubbed once, which is good. When I was looking at the Fitment, it did look like I was going to be able to clear without a problem, without rubbing, and I think this confirms it. But definitely so far the car feels good. The one thing I love about these wheels in the 18s, they're so much more comfortable than the stock 19s. The 19s ride rough because of the 35 sidewall. This is a 40 sidewall on an 18, and honestly, it makes a huge difference. The car feels so much more planted. It feels a lot more comfortable. Just to give you the specs, these are my Neuspeed wheels. They're 18 by 8.5 with a plus 45 offset with 245, 40, 18 tires. Now, I did put a 15mm spacer all around. So now you have the offset that's 30. So you're looking at 18 by 8.5 plus 30 all around. And honestly, it works. It feels pretty good. If I were to buy these wheels again, I definitely probably would have gone with the 18 by 9 wheel instead of the 8.5. I was just not sure of the Fitment because I was going to be running a way bigger tire than normal on like my old cars. So I wasn't 100% sure. I didn't want to rub, but definitely confirmed even with a 15mm spacer on the 245, it gives me no problem. So I realistically probably could have gone 18 by 9 plus 35, I think they sell, or 45, and then a smaller spacer. But honestly, guys, so far the car feels pretty good. I haven't messed with the suspension yet. Like I said, I haven't adjusted anything really, and honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to. I'm trying to get to a parking lot that's flat so I can show you guys what the car looks like on flat ground rather than my tilted driveway. Right, guys, so I guess maybe the suspension with the wheel settled a little bit, but I'm in a pretty flat parking lot right now, and honestly, the Fitment is like exactly what I wanted. I don't want to slam the car like I said before, but the front and the rear, like especially the rear, this is literally exactly what I wanted. Like one finger at most in the rear, and the front just a little bit higher. But honestly, this looks freaking amazing in my opinion. The front is sitting perfect, just a little bit of poke. There's been no rubbing whatsoever, no clunks, no weird suspension issues at all. The car looks awesome in my opinion. We got this side, and then the car's also very dirty like always, and you guys know that for some reason. I have a problem washing my car, but on this side too, it's a little dark. Got the sun on the other side, but as you can see, the car is literally sitting awesome. The Fitment is perfect. The spacer size was literally exactly what the car needed. Now the car 100% is exactly how I envisioned it. It looks amazing in my opinion, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think, but I absolutely love the way my car looks now. So in my opinion, guys, I think that this car looks so much better now. And to be honest, I'm going to let the suspension, like I said before, settle a little bit because I haven't put many miles on it yet. Maybe like 50 at most, because again, I don't daily the car, and I finished up the suspension a couple days ago or like a week ago. I'm not 100% sure. I'm a little out of whack with my time, but I haven't put that many miles on the suspension yet, so I'm going to let that settle a little more. Once it settles, maybe put 200-300 miles on it, then I'm going to do maybe a little bit of adjustments, but right now the car's sitting exactly like I want. If it does lower naturally due to, you know, the springs and struts and everything working together, then that's perfectly fine if it does settle a little more. But if it doesn't, I might bring down the front just a little bit. I love the way the rear sits. Maybe the front just a little bit, like I said, but all in all, I love the way the car looks. I'm going to link the spacers down below in the description, and they're pretty affordable. Comes with lugs. They're 15mm, and it's a 57.1 hub bore, so they're awesome. Like I said, I'm going to link them down below in my Amazon store, so you guys can grab that. Plus, I have a lot of other tools that I use every day when I'm making videos and whatnot, so you guys can check that out as well. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know how you think the car looks. Should I raise it up a little bit? Should I lower it? What do you think would be best? I love the way it looks right now. I definitely got to get it washed because it looks disgusting. Weather's getting nicer. I cannot wait. I have so many more plans for this car. I have so many things that I need to install and buy. I cannot wait. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe. It lets YouTube know that I'm doing a good job. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good day.